Alright, what's going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? The ACMJS Gamer here. By the title of this video, you should probably have an idea of what is already going on. A few days ago, I think it was, actually no, I think it was yesterday, Thursday, early Thursday morning, PlayStation announced that they have a new user experience, and people have been wondering what exactly the experience would look like, what the UI would look like, how the home screen was going to function, the upgrades from the PS4 to the PS5. So, with this video, we get a look into the UI that we will see in officially less than a month as of the 12th of this month. It'll be exactly 1 month because PS5 will release on November 12th. I think it'll release in retails, and for people who have already pre-ordered it, this is a deep dive. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. I've already been talking for a minute. It's going to be a deep dive. I'm going to pause and analyze every little thing that I catch. So with that, let's go ahead and get started.
Hi everyone, I'm Hideaki Nishino, and I head up PlayStation's platform planning and management team, which includes product and UX design. Today, we are finally going to give you a look at the PlayStation 5 user experience. We will see some of the features that enable games to work together with the hardware and network to deliver a truly next-generation experience. Our vision for a PS5 user experience is simple. We believe that your playtime is valuable and should be meaningful. PlayStation team members from all around the world work to deliver a PS5.
Alright, we've seen this before when they did Astro's Playroom at a previous PlayStation, so I'm going to run it back. This is what you will see when you boot up the console, I'm assuming either out of power mode or out of rest mode.
It's simple. We believe that your playtime is valuable and should be meaningful.
So this is what you'll see.
PlayStation team members from all around the world work to deliver a PS5 experience that is completely centered on you, the player, connecting you with a great play and a passionate community of gamers. With a look and feel that's designed for 4K TVs, the PS5 user experience was built from the ground up to take advantage of the console capabilities, complementing the transformative games coming with this new generation. I should note that this video tour is from a pre-production environment on the PS5 console, so there may be a few small wrinkles or minor changes once the console launches in November. And now, let's check it out, courtesy of our own Sid Schumann.
Thanks, Nishino-san. Welcome to your new PlayStation 5.
So immediately you see here on the left you have add user. You can see above the icon, the player icon or avatar, that he has one controller that is connected. You see the account, you see it has PlayStation Plus, and below that it has options. Who knows what those options are? It might be that you can choose those options. Maybe you'll be able to change your name through there. Maybe you'll be able to edit your profile from there. Who knows? But
Console experience. This time, we've started up from rest mode. We've already created an account and signed into PlayStation Network, so let's log in.
so this,
In this case,
as you can tell, and there will be parts where he will say what I'm going to say. In the background, you can tell he said we started it up from rest mode, and you can tell that there's already a game that is playing in the background. Okay, so this will be what you see when you come out of rest mode. If you had a game running, the game will still be running, and this is what you'll be greeted with. Down here, we know that this is the a part of the new home feature, where you have the home, or the new I forget what it's called, the new like taskbar is what I'll call it. On PlayStation, it's the like first thing that will load in, and you see here we have the home. We have the game that you're playing, the notifications, party, music, sound, microphone, controller, profile, and then the power options.
I've resumed right where I left off in Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and here we're looking at PlayStation 5's Control Center. From here, it's one click and we're right back into the game, but let's take a moment and look around. The Control Center is always one tap of the PlayStation button away. It provides immediate access to almost everything you need from the system without leaving the game. This includes things like seeing who is online, checking the status of a download, managing your controller, power.
So we're going to take a second just to go back for a second. So
Provides immediate access to almost everything you need from the system without leaving the game. This includes things.
It's called the switcher, I guess. That's to switch between multiple games, notifications, and then they're calling the what's it called? They're calling the, I guess, the Friends tab. The Friends tab is what it used to be called. They're now calling it Game Base.
Who is online? Check.
And I wanted to go over this. So this is something that they've recently added. They did a little bit of a small AI adjustment for the PS4 when the PS4 update 8.00 came out. Also on Thursday, they added it to where now on the consoles it will show you which console your friends are on. And so now if you're on PS4, it'll show a PS4. They had already implemented this on the mobile app. You could see your friends and who was online, and you could see which console they were using, whether it be PS4 or PS3, and now it'll be PS5. So you have the game base, you can see recent parties, how many people are in that party. It looks like there's a little bit of information in like the profiles of who's in the party, and then it shows you that individual, Craig Wilson, is online, and then you can view all parties, and then below the recent parties, which the parties have been integrated now into parties and messages on a PlayStation. That was also a part of the update. So aside from your parties and messages, below that, as you can see here, is going to be your friend list, and then from this you have options and you have create party.
Checking the status of a download, managing your controller, power, and more.
He just also said that within that same tab, within the game base tab,
seeing who is online,
within this tab, he said you could also manage your downloads, which is going to be interesting to see, because before, everything that had to do with downloads and invites and everything was through the notification screen. So that'll be interesting to see how that works within this little tab here.
These colorful characters are called cards, and they let you interact with games and the system in a variety of ways. First, as we've just resumed, the Control Center is showing a special card that allows me to get up to date on recent stories posted by publishers for games I am following. Another card here shows me recent media I've captured from my gameplay using the Create button on the DualSense controller. Let's check out one of the most powerful new features of the PS5 console. They're actually just to the right in this row, and we call them activities. Activities are part of the plan to remove barriers to gameplay. Let's get an example of one way they're used in Sackboy: A Big Adventure. With a tap of the PlayStation button, I'm back to playing the game. Sackboy: A Big Adventure is packed with things to discover, and each level represents one type of activity I can play, many of which I can go back to later to discover more. I tap the PlayStation button to bring up the Control Center again. I can see a number of available activities, both active and suggested by the system. Let's take this first one, A Big Adventure, as an example. I can see that I haven't quite completed this level yet. I'm at 33%. Let's open it up and see more. Here I can see more information, including key objectives I haven't met. And I'm seeing a very important piece of information here. It says about 10 minutes left. This is PlayStation 5's personalized playtime estimate, giving me an idea how long it will take me to complete this activity. Some activities even let you jump directly to that place in the game.
So we're going to pause there. We're going to deconstruct that just for a little bit. So basically, at any point, and as he said, this is a very specific key piece of information. It depends on if the developers want to add this feature into the game. But I think it's very brilliant, and I think it's also part of the reason why, if you haven't heard, Sony is updating their PlayStation Trophy list, and they're giving it some form of overhaul. And the way they were doing that is they were allowing you to track trophies. And I believe that this system, this integration that they're adding to it, is a part of it. And what it is they're calling them activities, but really I think it's just, it could also be not only trophies, but also other parts of the game. So it's like, for example, in any game, if you're doing a 1 out of, whatever number, and you have X amount to go through, it will track that progress, or at least I would hope it would track that progress in the game. Not only that, but if the game allows you to, if you've passed a certain point, they're saying that if the devs allow it, you will be able to go back to certain areas or even teleport into certain areas where it'll make it easier for you to do that activity and finish that trophy or that completion, whatever, for that quest within that game. And I think that's super cool because there are a lot of players who have issues with doing trophies because they've missed something before that they weren't aware they were supposed to go get, or they were just exploring and they just so happened to missed it. And this would be a lot easier with collectibles, where you could jump into the general area where the collectible is and then find it and then resume from your current save, and it will automatically say, hey, this guy went back and got it, we're good to go now. I think that's super interesting. I think it's something I will definitely enjoy using. I'm not necessarily a platinum trophy hunter. I have it on God of War, which I'm very proud of, and I'm glad that I have it. Other games that I would potentially want to use to platinum would be, of course, the next God of War, Horizon, and I know for a fact that I'm probably gonna want to platinum Cyberpunk. Valhalla, it depends on what's going on there, but this feature would be super interesting, super useful to people who do platinum trophy hunt. And it would be interesting even if all of the action cards were like that, where they were both the objectives of the game and also trophy objectives. You have to get X out of X or whatever, or even if it told you what you had to do to acquire the trophy and then you could teleport there. I think that'd be really cool and that'd be interesting.
But there's more to see here. For another example, let's open that activity back up. It looks like I missed an objective to find the monk robe's costume piece. Looks like I need a little help. Some in-game activities, like this one, offer official game help. Game help is included as a benefit for active PlayStation Plus members in some PS5 games. In this case,
notice the key word phrasing there. It will game help will only be active for current PS Plus members on some games. So what they're saying is not every game developer has to have this enabled, but I would put my money and say I would want to guarantee that all of the first party titles, which are titles that are made by companies that are owned by Ubisoft, so Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, I'm assuming that those titles that are owned by Sony are going to have all of these features. But not only that, you also have to have PlayStation Plus to use I don't know if you have to have PlayStation Plus. I think you might only have to have PlayStation Plus to access this feature, which is using videos to help you figure out what you're supposed to do, or game help as they call it.
I can open up that objective to get some hints without resorting to a web search or digging through long videos or articles that might contain spoilers. This particular hint is a video, and I can play it here in the card, and I can expand it to get a bigger view without leaving the game. Sometimes it's really useful to be able to see the hint on screen while you play. Some cards can be put in a picture-in-picture mode, or as shown here, a side-by-side view. Super cool. And if you pin a card, you can access it via the control center at any time. Now let's go find those rascally monk robes. Thanks, Game Help. The team at PlayStation wanted to make it really easy to chat with your friends on the PlayStation 5 console, so let's check out how it works. Here, I'm opening an interactive notification with a tap of the PlayStation button, and I've decided to join the voice chat that my friend just entered. Now, my friend could have done this on the PlayStation app for mobile devices, from a PS4, or in this case, from a PS5.
Okay, he said his friend could have done that from multiple ways, from the PlayStation app, from mobile, or from any of the other devices. So this is something that I've been really... I wish that they would have had it before, and now that they do, I think it's their mobile overhaul is coming along with the same overhaul they're doing for the PlayStation Store on console for the PS4 and on the website. And the important thing to note here, I think the way that I'm taking their words, the way I think they're saying is they're integrating party chat with mobile. And not only that, but they're also integrating the messaging app with their regular PlayStation app. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. So I'm hoping that means that through the new overhaul of the PlayStation app, I'm hoping that means that if my friends are in a party on PlayStation and I'm not at my console, I'm hoping that means even though they're in a party on console, I can join that party and actively talk to them through the mobile app. I'm not exactly sure if that's what they're saying you can do, or if they're just saying that his friend started or can start a party through the mobile app. But then my mind goes, well, why would they enable you to be able to start a party through the mobile app if you can't join it in the mobile app? So I'm going to rewind that and listen carefully to try and discern whether or not I'm crazy or not.
PlayStation app for mobile devices, the voice chat is on the PlayStation 5 console. So let's check out how it works. Here, I'm opening an interactive notification with a tap of the PlayStation button, and I've decided to join the voice chat that my friend just entered. Now, my friend could have done this on the PlayStation app for mobile devices, from a PS4, or in this case, from a PS5. The DualSense...
Okay, so he did say that his friend could have done this in any number of ways. And he did mention mobile, so I think that is coming with the overhaul, which is going to be interesting, because in that case it's going to be a little bit like Discord, where you can join mobile or you can join from your PC.
This controller features an integrated microphone too, so I could start talking right away. But I always have the ability to hit the mute button on the controller or in the menus. Parties take on an expanded role with PS5, and they now provide persistent spaces to connect with groups that you play with. Here I have a couple of friends chatting away in the party. One of them has started sharing their screen with the group. Looks like they're playing Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Now, one thing I did not catch beforehand is that they're sharing their screen. They're not playing the game, they're just sharing whatever they're playing, which is interesting because essentially what they're doing is they're trying to integrate their system. From what I can tell, it seems like they're trying to do more of what people already do with Discord, which is people will be on their computer and they'll share videos. So while you're in a party together on PlayStation 5, you'll be able to see each other's screens and not necessarily have to start the thing where it's only a certain amount of time between stuff for share play. I think it's like 30 minutes or an hour or something is like the max time limit you can set. So they're just sharing their screen. I did not realize that at first. So that's cool that this person can share whatever they're playing while you play your game. So you can see what your friends are doing and even give feedback. Or in this case, if you don't have PlayStation Plus, you can still join parties. And actually, I don't know if this feature is PlayStation Plus or not. But if it isn't, you could still join parties. And instead of having to have PlayStation Plus to get the hints or the tips, you could ask your friends for help, which is very interesting.
We can chat while we play, and I can watch his progress as well. This is another card that can be put in picture-in-picture mode or pinned to the side while you play. You can access it anytime via the control center too, but let's dismiss it for now. Okay, let's review. So far, we've seen how activities on PS5 will make it...
Hold on, let's go back for a second.
Okay, let's...
Just for a second. So again, when you press the home button, or the PlayStation button, it'll bring you to the control center. And this is where everything that is active will happen. So you can see that he has Sackboy in the background, and then when he pulled up the control center, it shows that there's a person that is in the party that is live, that is sharing their screen. It shows that you are currently in an active party, and then it shows the progress of the trophies or objectives or whatever in the following action cards, which is very it's very interesting, because typically in order to on the PlayStation, in order to access the party, you used to only have one way to do it, and it was to go all the way to the party set or the party screen on PlayStation 4, and then they added to where you can use the quick menu to access some of the settings. So it's very interesting that if you join a party, it's just one of the action cards, if you will. And I'm assuming that would take you into the party screen where you could individually mute people, or I'm assuming you'd have to go into that screen to also start sharing your screen. And I'm assuming that they're going to bring back, hopefully, I would hope that they would bring back share play. And they've also said that the remote play through your PC stream for PS4 is going to still be affected for PS4, but also they're bringing PS5 to it.
Let's review. So far, we've seen how activities on PS5 will make it easier and faster to hop back into PS5 games, and how you can get in-game help and chat with your friends. So that leaves online multiplayer gaming. Let's check it out. I see that some of my friends are online, so it's time to say goodbye to Sackboy for now and spin up a match of Destruction All-Stars. One of my friends in the party has already started a match, and we can join them from this card in Control Center. And we can join them, All-Stars, to say goodbye to Sackboy.
So this is in the action cards.
And spin up a match.
So past all of the objectives, there's the trophy progress. So past all of the game that you're currently playing, past all of that, you will see that there is a game, I'm presuming that you have, that your friends are playing. So for example, Call of Duty, what's it called? Call of Duty Cold War. You could see how many people are playing that, and then you could just jump into it from the action cards. And not only that, but next to it is the official news from the sources that you follow and from PlayStation, and then your recently new created screenshots. And I'm guessing that there would be another card for your recorded videos. And they don't show recorded videos, they only show captured screenshots. And I'm wondering how the videos are going to work, how you're going to stop and start the videos, and if there's going to be any more editing to that. That'll be interesting.
One of my friends in the party has already started a match, and we can join them from this card in Control Center. And there we go. Destruction All-Stars now quickly starts thanks to PS5's ultra-high-speed SSD. Okay, I think we've got enough people on our party, so let's jump in. We're keeping the focus on PS5's user experience today, so let's zip ahead so we can see more. And just like that, we're in. We don't have time to play a full match today, but I do think we have time to take a quick photo. To do that, I'll just tap the Create button on the DualSense controller. PS5 is always capturing recent gameplay.
So as you can see here, the center button is take a screenshot. On the left, not exactly sure what that is. Maybe that's a recent screenshot, I guess. And then on the right, I'm assuming is record. Now what the other two buttons on the right are, the little satellite, I guess, and then the bars with the circles, they don't show what that is. So it'll be interesting to figure out what those settings are.
But when you compose a shot, even using in-game photo mode, you can capture a high-quality screenshot here. This optimizes capturing the moment, letting you review and choose to share later on. I should mention, screenshots and video can be captured at up to 4K on the PS5 console. Okay, so far we've shown off how to jump into activities, how to chat with your friends, get into groups together to play, capturing gameplay, all of that while in-game. But what if I want to play a different game? Welcome to the PlayStation 5 home screen. This is where you'll land when you start up from a powered off state, and where you'll go when you want to choose a new game to play or download. The layout of this space is designed to present games and game content beautifully on a 4K display, with simple and super fast access to what you need. And in case you're wondering, media-related apps will have their own space like this one, but today we're focused on gaming. Each game has its own.
So I'm guessing what that means is they said media will have, oh yeah, so at the top here, you can't see because it's kind of blocked off. At the top here, you have the games section, and then you have media. So I'm assuming whatever media apps, which most people would have YouTube, Twitch, Amazon, Hulu, HBO, whatever, that'll all show up under the media tab. And then of course you have your settings up here, you have your profile icon, search, maybe to search, I wouldn't want to say that's the PlayStation Store. I would assume that would be to search like your games and your media if you don't feel like scrolling all the way around. So here you see the two games, you see your PlayStation Plus, you see your Astro Playroom, I forget what that is, that's the controller connecting, maybe that's accessories, your captures, there's Uncharted, and then I'm assuming this is your apps that are downloaded, and then maybe just like the current library that we have on the PS4, this will show where your games that are bought that are not downloaded and you're downloaded.
Hub completely integrated, so all you need to do is scroll down to see activities you can jump right into. Video clips, stories about the game, DLC, and more. Backward compatible PS4 titles will benefit from some of these features too. Let's move one spot to the left and check out Explore, which brings together all your games. We saw a view of this from the Control Center earlier, and another view will also be in the new PlayStation app for mobile devices. Explore keeps you in the loop with official stories from PlayStation and from all the games you're following, including trending media from the community. We'll be testing and learning about this feature in the US at launch, so not everyone will have this on day one, but it gives you a good idea of the direction. And this is PlayStation's store for PS5. It's completely integrated into the system. It's not a standalone app anymore. Browsing for new games to play will be easier thanks to the speed of PS5 and a more personalized store experience. And here, you'll be able to browse the latest games and deals. You'll find PS5 games and many backward-compatible PS4 games too. I'm sad to say, but we are almost out of time. So let's pull up Control Center one more time with a tap of the PlayStation button. On our way out, why don't we quickly share that photo we took in Destruction All-Stars? We can find recently captured media in this handy card in Control Center. From here, we can do some quick edits, but I think I'm ready to share it right now. On PlayStation,
So you'll see there, when he does this,
from here,
when he goes to
we can do some
share
quick
it,
edits, but I think I'm ready.
so I'm assuming, yeah, that's to share, and then the paintbrush would be, I guess, to edit. The plus would be to favorite it, I guess, or you could delete it. And then, of course, below that, you can go to your library. This is recently created 1 out of 9, so there are a total of 9 screenshots that he recently created. Now, what I'm wondering is if you create a video, if it's the same way, where it'll show up at the back end and it'll say recently created, and maybe you could go to share, and then if you link your YouTube, it'll share it to YouTube. That would be interesting.
Ready to share it right now. On PlayStation 5, I have the option to share videos and images to supported external services.
There's Twitter,
or I can send
which
them
you can
directly
link
to one of my parties. Remember,
and this is what I like, is the fact that they combined parties, or they combined party and message groups together. So with a picture or even with a video, it says Twitter not linked. You could do it to Twitter or YouTube. You could take that video or that photo and you could share it to your whole group, which I think is cool as well.
parties are bigger than just voice chat now, so I'll select one of my favorite parties here. Let's attach a quick message here. The DualSense controller makes this really easy. PlayStation 5 supports voice dictation in a number of languages, so you no longer have to type messages with the keyboard if you don't want to. Simply select the microphone button. Here's a cool detail. If my friend hasn't yet played the activity where I captured this media, and the game's developer thinks that activity might contain spoilers, they'll receive a warning before they view it.
That's pretty cool
Well,
as well.
that's it for our demo. There are many more exciting features we couldn't get to today, but we're super excited to share more of the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation app user experience with you in the coming weeks headed to launch. And of course, this was just a first look at what fans can expect on day one. The team at PlayStation is committed to evolving this experience with our community in the months ahead. We look forward to sharing more. Thanks for watching.
Alright, so that was it. I was gonna let that play, just let that sit there. So that was it. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded on this channel, mainly because there hasn't been any games that have come out, and I've been super busy with school. In terms of, am I going to continue to upload on this channel? I don't know. I know for a fact Cyberpunk, I don't want the stress of having to worry about recording it. So Cyberpunk more than likely will be on the channel at some point, but I don't want to have to wait to play it, so I'm going to play through it on my own time. Valhalla, we will see if I pre-order that. And then, of course, any other games in the future will be subject to change. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.